So I have some bubbles, and how many of you like to blow bubbles as much as I like to blow bubbles? It's one of my favorite things to do. It's very relaxing. You can take deep breaths when you do it. And they're fun to watch. They're fun to catch. They're fun to pop. They're fun to watch pop. But blowing bubbles reminds me of our story today, which is called heart bubbles. Because sometimes in our heart, we have compassion for others. We don't just feel sad for ourselves, but sometimes if someone we love is sad, or maybe our friend is sad, we feel sad too, and that's called compassion. So the story today was written by Dr. Heather Krantz, and the illustrations were by Lisa May. And this book talks about the importance of not just being kind to others and having compassion with others, but it's also remembering to have compassion for yourself as well. So are you ready to read with me? I hope so. My friend feels sad. And you can see his friend has tears and it looks like he's crying. I wish my friend wasn't sad because I feel the sadness too. It makes my chest hurt. I might even cry. Do you ever feel this way? And I have to tell you, it's really true. Sometimes you feel so much compassion for your friends that when they're crying, maybe sometimes you cry too. And that just means that you have a lot of heart bubbles and that you are a very kind and compassionate person. But this happens to us. Everybody feels sad sometimes. I feel sad when I get hurt or disappointed. Sometimes we're sad when things don't go the way that we expect them to go. And that means we get disappointed and we get sad about that too. I feel sad for others when I see that they are hurt. Oh yes, sometimes it almost feels like we can feel the pain. Or disappointed. Yeah, we can feel for others when they are disappointed too, not just when we're disappointed. So I want to help their hurt or disappointment go away. Sometimes my heart is so full of feelings, it feels like it's going to bubble over. I have heart bubbles, and these bubbles are full of my caring for others. Oh my gosh, we have lots of heart bubbles, right? I bet you have heart bubbles too. These bubbles are compassion. Compassion is when we notice hurt and we want to help. And so what are some of those things that we can do when we see that our loved ones are disappointed or sad or hurt? Well, we show our compassion by doing many different things. Sometimes it's a gentle rub on the back, or maybe you just tell them that you're sorry that they're feeling that way, or maybe you try to comfort them by playing with them or asking them what they want to do. But yes, we all try to help people that we care about when we see that they're hurt or sad. I have heart bubbles for my mom when she's sad. I have heart bubbles for my dog when he's hurt. I even have heart bubbles for people and animals that I don't know. They hurt just like you and me. Yes, that's true. Sometimes we could be watching a movie or watching a television show and something, or the news, and something sad happens to someone and we still feel that pain even though we don't know them. And that's compassion. What do we do to help someone who is hurt or sad? I might sit quietly with them or ask if I can hold their hand or give them a hug. What would you do? So what are some of the things that we do? If you think about it, you want to talk about it for a minute? Okay, we talked about maybe rubbing on the back. That's a good idea. What are some other things that we do? They ask, is it okay if I hug you? Or is it okay if I hold your hand? That's wonderful. And so there are just different ways. Sometimes we can just sit quietly next to someone while they're sad and just let them know that we're there. And we don't even have to say a word. How do you treat yourself when you are hurt or sad? This is a good question. So some of the things we talk about is we take deep breaths. Sometimes that helps us when we're sad. We talk about that a lot. Sometimes we do things like yoga and we exercise and we stretch. Maybe we might want to read a book, or maybe just hold on to a special little stuffed animal or a special comfortable pillow or blanket that makes us feel better. I give myself a hug. Or I put my hands on my heart. It feels good if you try. I think these are great. Let's try that. Let's just give ourselves a hug. Yes, I love that. And we can put our hands on our heart and just say, I love me. I love me. And you might want to share that with your friend or a loved one that is feeling sad too, and just say, I love you. My heart feels for you. Sometimes just communicating that would be helpful to someone who is hurt or disappointed. Compassion is noticing hurt and understanding that everyone hurts sometimes and offering kindness and care. Compassion is sharing your heart bubbles. Oh, that is so sweet. And that is how we show people that we are understanding and that we care about them, is when we share our heart bubbles with them. Self-compassion is being kind to yourself in the same way. It's okay to keep some heart bubbles for yourself. You have lots. That's right, we can't forget ourselves. We have to love ourselves too and be good to ourselves. How do you make heart bubbles for yourself when life hurts or is difficult? Try a self-compassion break. Put your hand over your heart and say to yourself, ouch, life can hurt. Everybody feels this way sometimes. I wish to be kind to myself. I just love that. That's right. It's important to be kind to others when they're hurt and sad, but we have to be kind to ourselves too. Make sure that we show our love to ourselves in the same way. So, self-compassion is giving yourself hugs and comfort when it hurts, knowing that we all hurt sometimes, and wishing happiness and safety and peace for yourself. When we make heart bubbles for ourselves, we grow enough to share with everyone. Remember to keep coming back to self-compassion, and you will always have plenty of heart bubbles. Be aware of feelings, connected to others, kind to everyone, including you. I just love this book because Dr. Krantz is really trying to remind us that compassion doesn't just belong with people that we love and our friends, but it also begins with us too. We always have to remember ourselves. So when we're sad, maybe take a deep breath and tell ourselves, you are special, and this sadness will go away eventually. I hope you have a wonderful day, boys and girls. It's so good to be with you, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.